Welcome back to me making my Sleet Purg, and skill cards are hard. It doesn't help that I'm trying to put skill cards on an Onigashima on a Saturday night with stalls everywhere. That's my own fault. I'll blame the victim on that one. Okay. Weapon enhancement. Back to square fucking one. Oh god. Smeltering. I don't have to do any of that. It's not skill change, it's skill evolution. And that should take Ice Dragon Spiral 4 to 5. So now, it's with the amount of cards I have left, I throw on 4. If it takes out Devastation Slash, we win. Basically. I could throw on Vertex and be happy, because I don't have a Vertex weapon. I don't know where it is. I'm so used to just going down to the skill card sets. Okay, Ice Dragon Spiral. Go on the top, please. You're in the middle. Okay, back square one. Yeah, I don't want to do Sleet Purg, no. I'm looking for daily dungeon. I'm looking for skill training. Skill cards are hard. Like, I should just get like 20 of these cards. Like, I should. You know, back in the day with certain skills, we used to be able to roll out of them and they wouldn't take durability. Like Amaya's Punishment was one of the best skills they ever had for bow. I'm surprised we haven't got Amaya's Punishment Sublime yet, but you used to be able to roll out of it and it would take 0 durability. It was a very goated skill. We used to call it the Holy Hand Grenade. You know, Bow was actually on top of the meta many times in Onigiri. Like, when Knowledge Mags came out, Bow was fucking peak. Bow was really good with... Maya's Punishment was really powerful too. That's for sure. Like, saying on top is a bit overzealous of a statement, but Bow has had its moments. Like Oni Mode Palace, Bow was king at the beginning, because the ability to hit Kaguya in the air, it made Bow users so invaluable. They were so valuable. Jeez, I just hit everything. Yeah, I feel like even though it's taking double the Dura, it's not working. Better to hit things individually. it's now creeping into me that there is a limit to how many times you can run this skill card dungeon every day. Or I don't know every day, but today. Today just so happens to be the day, but there's actually a limit. I could potentially run out. Like, oh my, why does it start? Why does it go on cancel as default? Like, no one's gonna, like, lose themselves. Hello. Superb, I think? Yeah. We're not going anywhere. And then skill evolution. Okay. And then I'm going to grab Ice Dragon Spiral 4. Throw it on there. See if it eats Devastation Slash. It didn't. Okay. Now it'll smelt again. Fuck. I remember the first time I did this for the Revolt. This went really, really quick. And today's just not my day. Although I had a really good day today. I had they had this deal at KFC. It was like a 2-piece bucket or a 2-piece meal with fries and a popcorn chicken for $5, like $5.40. I got like 4 of them because you get like free chicken if you paid $20. I was like, okay. So I did pretty good. I got like 11 pieces with like 4 fries, popcorn chicken for like $20. It was a really good deal. And I got to like surprise my family with that when they got home from my dad was playing hockey. And he came home and was like, oh my God, there's chicken. I'm like, yeah. You know it. So that was pretty fun. So skill evolution. Yeah. Okay. So now I gotta go get skill card. Just figured I might as well do that on my way. Oh, for a second I thought I put them on my Ningenma Kotsu and I was like, what? I'm like, where's the Ice Dragon 4? Where'd it go? So I have 3 more uses of hard, maybe? Not skill cards. Skill training. 2 more hards. Does anyone know if you can get Ice Dragon Spiral from the Point Room? Like, I don't think you can, because it was added way later. Like, I don't think you can get Boulder Dash from it either. But they made a Boulder Dash 7 card, but they didn't make the Ice Dragon Spiral card. Which I think is bullshit. Like, now, it could be a sign that it's coming. Wouldn't I feel like an idiot? Not really. But, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to get a new skill this year. I don't know what element it would be, though. Like something universal for everybody, like an element. Like what they did ice, then they did mountain. I would be down for holy. Holy. Give us a new holy skill. Everybody gets a holy skill. I'd be so down for that. And that's completely biased behind the fact that Spear does not have a normal holy attack. It does not. Either that or dark. Holy and dark. I'd like to see them expressed as a new skill card. Or a new skill, a new identifiable skill. Like if they added another fire or another wind, like they gave us the wind spiral attack from, what's her name, Izuna's event, and that skill's S tier. That skill's amazing. I haven't used it since the event, but like that skill is so good. I think I used it for an Oni mode. I think we did an Oni mode when something was weak to wind and I was using it and it was clapping cheeks. It beats up all the fish in the Dragon Arcs. It's really nice. But I would like to see, if anything, Holy. Damn. Okay, I made it to 17 this time. Okay. It'd be nice if it would take the skill to 20 so I could get like 2 extracts off of it, but oh well. It is what it is. I can't decide what I prefer, doing this skill leveling or EXP dungeon, because I like EXP dungeon. I never, like, hated EXP dungeon. Some people really did, but I never did. Okay, are you the one? Holy fuck. Oh. I'm really tempted to throw on Vertex 7 and see if it eats the top one. Like, Vertex 7 and 2 5s would not be bad, because it holds them in place. I'm really convincing myself to do that right now. But I still have to, like, smelt it first. I think I'll try it. I'll throw on Vertex. If Vertex goes in the top slot, then that's how it'll go. How strong is Vertex? $2,800. Creates a whirlpool that sucks enemies. That sounds fun. Go on the top. Do it. Fuck. Damn. How does it work? I know Lyra put Vertex on his Aosame and he loved it. He likes the clap thing. This has been the most difficult weapon I've ever had to do anything with. I think. Because we don't usually reset stuff. Like, that wasn't part of the norm. I'm starting to see why I had no Ice Dragon 4s on my person. Damn. It's like magnetically hitting 2 at once every time. Imagine if Oni had aim assist. I'd be shutting that shit off. Like, I remember the Genshin aim assist. That would drive me up a fucking wall. Like, you'd line up an ultimate and it would just miss. Like, the amount of times Diluc's ultimate would just miss, or Zhongli's meteor would go the other way. Like, you'd want to aim in the middle so the AoE would work, but then it would pick, like, an enemy. I hated that. I hated that so much. Like, the auto snap. I still believe Genshin Impact is held back by mobile players. I still believe that to this day. Ay, ay, ay. Definitely got to repair this weapon. I feel bad for the bow players that had to extract Cursed Arrow. Like, fuck. Huh? What? Oh, this is evolution. Might as well extract all of it so that it's just off the screen. Thank you. Okay. Take like 5,000. Like, fuck. Ice Dragon Spiral 4 on Void. Take 69. Christ. Where is Spear Skills? Down here? Looks like it. Ice Dragon would be at the bottom because it was the last added skill? No? They're not alphabetical. It's not alphabetical at all. There it is. Go over dev slash, please. Christ. Oh. This is just pain. All it is pain. Kind of getting a take, like, I'm kind of thinking about that vertex, like, it'd be fun. Let's try it again. Go over dev slash, please. Fucking thank you. That's good enough for me. Might be cool. Hold them in place and beat the shit out of them. Cool. Something new. Alright. Thank fuck. Oh, yeah. Oh my god. Oh. Now we can finally just move on. Hopefully it gets a good enhancement. Hey, Gunner. How you doing? I've been suffering, bro. I've been trying to get some skills on this weapon for like the past 2 hours. It has been rough. Not a transcendent, no. Yamete. Godly be godly. We don't have to do anything to it. Oh, we got a skill evolution. That's what we gotta do. That would be fucking stupid. I'd be so mad. If I forgot to do that and enhance it all the way up. Oh my god. Oh, I would be beside myself with anger. I've gone through all my cudgels. I had like 90 cudgels. Alright. But I'm gonna go with this Vertex double Ice 5. Ice Spiral 5. Hopefully that'll be fun. Don't crash on me now, please. 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 I don't wanna start a new stream. Like, Oni has been so crashy this update. Like, it's not like PS4 crash. Well, fuck, I can't get through a session. But it's been bad. This update cycle. Alright, Void. Probably gonna run out of right here. 90 mil, is that enough? I'm out of cudgels though. Damn, what a thing to say. I feel like the enhancements are a bit lower than it's been previous. Transcendent B for like the 5th time. Yeah. Uh, 24/7's pretty good, I think. It's okay. 1300 at base is pretty good, actually. 24 at base would be amazing, but that's fine. I don't want to use Carrot. I almost used an other side wand, thinking it was a candy wand. Yeah, Choco Blade and Choco Blade. Alright. $25.4. I think that's okay? I don't know. It only gained 700 on that last enhancement. Holy fuck. Oh well, I'm not gonna reset it again. Fuck that. It is what it is. Shame it only got 700 in the last enhancement, but whatever. I didn't pay much attention to the others. I've seen others be at like 12 and stuff, but 13, whatever it is, it's not bad. I feel like that stuff matters less and less now that Lion Skull exists, now that we're getting attack percent out of everywhere, every nook and cranny. So this Ningen Mukotsu is very good. It will be my Ice Dragon Spiral weapon if I need to extract them. It will sit there forever. Cool. Toshie and a Tatakatsu. Weird. Okay. So now I gotta put an Oogie on it, because I didn't do that yet. So, after all that hard-ass work, Oogie. Icicle Punishment 6? How do I find Icicle Punishment? I'm pretty sure I must have an extra Icicle Punishment. I must. There's no way I don't. I would put Icicle Massacre Sublime if I could. Amaya's Punishment, that's pretty good. Oogie skill card set, Illusion Ray. No, those are just regular skill card sets. Sublime, Frozen Thorn, Horsepower, Judgment Cross, Everlasting Gale, Icicle Imprisonment 5. Okay. I might. What is that? Frost Glaive Sublime for staff. Oh, okay. Icicle Imprisonment Sublime. Maybe I'm just blind. Ogie. Skill card set. There's so... I can't believe I have this many Ogies. Like, this is fucking ridiculous. There's just a World Cleaver sitting there? For what? Axe? Holy shit. That's Icicle Punishment 6. I don't think I have any others. Unless they're extracted. And are they alphabetically called extracted? Oh my god. Extract. Or is it extracted at the end? I was probably looking at an extracted skill just a second ago. Yeah, it's at the end. Extracted, evolvable, extracted. So I don't have any on me, which means I need to use an extraction ticket and evolve and take it from something else. Okay. Spear. Alright. What? Oh, right. Omen of the Dooms have stuff. Okay. Frozen Shadow has a 7. No. 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 I might only have 1 7. Glistening Snow. Icicle Punishment 6. Yeah, I might only have the 1 7. I'd believe it if I only had the 1 7. What the fuck is that? Cursac Sprint on a Nadir? No wonder I never see that move. No fucking wonder. Icicle Punishment 6 on the Abyss? Okay. Chances are I probably only have the 1 7. Okay. Okay. I believe it. So I guess I'm getting a 6. That's fine. Icicle Punishment 6. Okay, cool. Didn't know I only had the 1. 6 still pretty good. What's a skill force on it? It won't tell me. It won't tell me anything. It tells me Ice Dragon Spiral. So the Ice Blast Embers puts this cool bubble around you. So what happens if I, like... Oh, I don't have it on the spear. I have it on the staff. Right. I was like, what if I use, like, 2 big buffy things? Will it let me? Does it shut it off? It doesn't. Okay. Now, you don't really get an aura from the El Sin, but... it's just funny to look at. So how much attack does it give me? 68.5. Okay. It's kind of cool. Oh, it's not bad. And I used to think that the weapon shut off your healing while you hold it, but it's just the mag that does it. So let me heal up again. Okay, so at full health, I have 60k attack. Please don't crash me to change like 3 mags. Like, do not do that. Okay, so with some reduxes at 63.7. That feels like it's less than it was before. So if I use the Ice Blast Embers and I go low health, which is what the weapon wants, it's 64.5. Problem with that is the Redux wants you to have some semblance of health so that you get the attack percentage bonuses. 70k. Okay. If I eat a little bit more, 70k. Okay. Man, them glasses look cool in there. I like the bubble. The bubble's nice. It's a nice bubble. Be nice if it like protected you and stuff. 100k attack when? When I get more Lion Skull, I guess. I never took the full plunge into like Lion Skull. Like I have one Lion Skull Redux and then I have Faded Reduxes. Like I'd have to make another Redux and then Lion Skull that to get like, I would probably replace this one because this one's just SP, because I do like HP percent. I do value HP percent a lot. But we were talking about something the other day. Actually, like we were in a chat and we were talking about like the whole thing about like using Lion Skull and a Lychee just because it has 3 ornamentation slots, and I'm like, well, like you could like, because my friend had like no chakra. He had like Lychee on, he had big mags on, reduxes, and he had no chakra. He's like, Oro, what do I do for my builds? I'm like, and I looked at his build, I'm like, dude, your reduxes are not ornamented. He's like, I know. I'm like, well, what the fuck? And he's like, I don't have the chakra because of the Lychee. I'm like, you don't need it. You're asking if it's not possible to do full Lion Skull too? Well, I mean, it's possible. Well, it depends what your mags are, right? Like, you could. It just depends what mags you have. I wouldn't do Lion Skull 2. I wouldn't. I would only do Lion Skull 1, ever. A Lion Skull 2, to me, is like, that's too greedy. Like, well, Lion Skull 3 is like, that's Giga Whale Ultra territory there. But Lion Skull 2, like, that's 5 chakra and ornament, right? Just for a chance at 5 to 8% attack, is that right? Lion Skull 2 is 5 to 8, and then Lion Skull 3 is like 8 to 10. It could be 10 to 15, I don't know. I never dabbled in $1,000 ornamentation. But let's look at it. I would only ever Lion Skull 1. Oh, we crashed. I can't look at it. Right before I got to it, it's like Dharmic Water Lily right there. Yeah, I crashed looking. The game hasn't noticed that it's crashed yet at all. But no, like, but the one thing we learned is that you can do like a Lion Skull Sparrow, which is like, holy shit. Like, we never realized we could put it on Sparrow. But if you did Lion Skull on every single ornamentation, your HP is low as fuck. But like, and if you had like, let's say 4 to 5% every roll, or 4%, and you had like 8 slots, so 4 times 8, 32% attack on ornamentations alone. That runs you 2 chakra times 8. That runs you 16 chakra, which gives you room to put on a lot of mags, to be honest. And then 2 with the sparrow, so you're at like 18 chakra. And then you have whatever you have left. So, but Lion Skull 5 or Lion Skull 2, which I believe is a 5. Lion Skull 2 is a 5 chakra ornamentation. So I sadly couldn't find how much percentage it has because it takes too many balls. Like literally, it takes too many. It would take you 5 months. Like, assuming you're not rolling for the mags themselves and breaking them breaking them down for the items to make through the ornamentation, right? Assuming you're just using the point Daruma, and you're limited to like 1 new set a month or whatever of you know, the like gilding and refined whatever that you need to do Lion Skull, like it would take like half a year, assuming you don't Giga Whale for it when it comes, just to get that many things. You think it's 5 to 7? I think so. It's 5 to 7 makes more sense. Like Lion Skull to me sounds like 1 to 5, 5 to 7, or 4 to 7. Yeah, 4 to 7 makes sense. 4 to 7, 1 to 5, 4 to 7, and then like, would it be 5 to 10 or 6 to 10% attack? The other thing about the big ornamentations of Lion Skull is like you might get, you know, 20 element to 2 elements that are good for you, or you might get 30 if you did the big one. I know there's some JP players that did the big ornamentation, and if it worked out for them, fantastic. Like, thank you for keeping the server going. I will not be doing that. But yeah, like, to put it in perspective, like triple redux, apart from having no negative elements, yeah, like, apart from redux having no negative elements, its biggest feature is that it gives you 10% attack when you're over half health. So that's 30% attack. It's 3 redux. And then depending on the mags you're wearing, like you could, let's say, like if you do it on a redux, then you're getting potentially, if you get 2 5% ornamentations, that's, you know, you're getting your dexterity, you're getting your crit, you're getting your attack. What's the rarest ornament or hardest to get ornament? So if we don't include, and by the way, for those watching, I'm frozen on the screen because I tried to open ornamentations after doing a bunch of shit. If we don't include paid ornamentations, because they're not really rare, they're just time gated. Like Lion Skull is by far the best ornamentation. The rarest ornamentation would be, I don't know it by name, but it's the one that takes all the veteran weapons. There is an Omega, Alpha and Omega or something like that. Omega. There's 2 of them, basically. And they have a chance of giving you, like, skill force for a random type or element for a random type. But they take all 8 or half of the... So many of the veteran weapons, the identifiable veteran weapons, enhanced to all the 60. Like, it's a bitch to get. Like, you could get it, you just have to identify all the weapons, which takes fucking forever. And then you'd have to ornament it, and chances are you're not going to get what you want. So it's rare to see somebody with Omega. I've seen players with Omega that got lucky with it, and they did great. But the rarest ornamentation, it's either... Like, there's a lot of ornamentations that are dog shit. So, if you see one of these dog shit ornamentations, it's very rare. Because somebody's going to have, like, plus 24 attack and negative HP recovery because they did some random-ass ornamentation. Like, there's a lot of bad ornamentations that are really rare. There are some ornamentations... you feel like Avengers crazy? Oh, I love Avengers. Avengers, I did that all the time. You should... Have you seen my Dullahan mag? Or my Cielo? I got a 32 crit Cielo with Avengers and Faded. Avengers is very common. The other Avengers are very rare. Like the ones that's not Avengers, those are really rare because they're just not Avengers. You're rarely rare to see them. Well, yeah, Avengers. Well, it's Avengers on monsters, and then it was Untarnished Weapon. I tried Untarnished Weapon in the beginning, almost broke my 105. But yeah, in terms of ornamentations, there are a lot of rare ones. Like there's some I look at it, I don't know what it does. There's like 10 schools of Dragon Kings or 8 camps of Dragon Kings. I don't know what that does. All I know is it's not Heavenly Shield, it's not Fated Contractor, it's not Confining Terror, it's not Unblinking Eye, it's not any of the attack percent ornamentations, and it's not a lot of these things. But in terms of rarest, technically the rarest ornamentation would be the one that you see a lot of it, but like its usage is common, but its material to obtain it is really rare, because there is an ornamentation, I think it's like Forbidden Alchemy or Golden Root of Alchemy or whatever that one is, the one that takes the Grim Reaper Scythe weapon to do the ornamentation. That one is technically one of the rarest ornamentations in the game, even though a lot of people have it, because you can only get the Grim Reaper Scythe weapon from bargains on a character whose Moroku is not leveled past a certain point. So, and the fact that ornamentation takes that item, which is unobtainable through any other means beyond that, means that they have to buy it off somebody else who gets it in bargains. Like, if enough people made the supply available to get the Grim Reaper Scythe, then that ornamentation would be more likely, and that is the case. People want that ornamentation because it makes level 130s be able to equip 133 weapons, or 131s, or makes the 133s able to equip 135s. They consider it cheaper than leveling up, and kudos to them. That would be the rarest ornamentation, just because, like, if you were playing the game and there was no trading and you leveled Moroku beyond a certain point, you can't have that. You can't. It's gone. It's done. It would be unavailable because it's missable. It's technically missable unless something changed, because you cannot unlevel Moroku. Like, if we didn't have trading, that ornamentation does not exist on that character. So, I did settle on a moveset for my Void, my Sleet Sword. I couldn't get triple Ice Dragon. It kept fucking up. I couldn't get Ice Dragon 7. I tried for 2 hours. Couldn't get the skill change. I extracted the skill a bunch of times. Couldn't get it to go on. I decided to play around with Vertex. I said, Vertex would be fun. Tried it once. Didn't work. Second time, I tried it again. I ended up getting Vertex, Ice Dragon, Spiral 5, Ice Dragon, Spiral 5. So now I have Vertex on top, which is nice. Then 2 Ice Dragon Spirals, the buff, and then Icicle Punishment 6. I do mean the Grim Reaper, yeah. I mean the Grim Reaper, yep. This Grim Reaper, yep. As far as I know, you can't get it unless you have the bargains for it, or you buy it off somebody. And I'm stuck in this menu, and I'm crashed. I cannot leave. So if you're standing next to me holding it, I can't see it. And I learned I only had 1 Icicle Punishment 7, which I'm not taking off the Dark Fin. But it's nice to finally have this weapon, the Sleet Void. Been taunting me. It's an outdated weapon at this point, but I feel like it's the only 133 that actually has ice, so I give it value. Other 133s do not, or anything past 130 doesn't. Like, the best ice weapon, you can still argue, is the Fallen. I knew you were. The best ice weapon is still Frozen Shadow by far, because of its backstrike, its monstrous attack power, the ability that does bonus damage from behind, its bonus damage is 700k. It's still incredibly powerful, the Frozen Shadow. And it's a lot easier to get. It's not energy gated, it's just time gated. So that's still number 1 ice weapon, and then Void would be like 2. But people would say, well, I'm just going to make a second Dark Fin, and it's like, go for it. Absolutely. But I think what holds the voids back is the fact that they don't come with Ogies. Like, they come with an Ogie built in, the transformation, but they don't come, like, their event doesn't have a farmable Ogie. The number 1 is a Dullahan weapon with an ice build. Now but that's not weapon. That's a build. I get what you're saying, because I have, my Revolt is triple Ice Dragon Spiral, and I use it with Frozen Frozen Hell Mags because they're Ice Holy, right? Is the Magatama Void even worth it? That's a great question. Thank you for these questions, Sue. It's good in Oni mode. Beyond that, I'm not a big fan of the Void Mags. Because when you equip a Void Mag, yeah, I hear you. I'm joking around too, for sure. The Void Mags, when you equip them, you shut off your innate healing. You cannot heal anymore. They do give you a lot of element. I think it's like 80, like let's say for Sleet's example, 80 ice, 80 rain. And then they give you negative 100 lightning, negative 100 mountain. The negatives are really high. I'm not sure if they give you attack. They might. If they... Like, I wish I could see them right now. I'm not sure. Are they 3 ornamentation slots? I think all of them are. Now, a person could argue that they're okay. They don't have any damage multipliers on them. I think they give you I think they're like 230 skill force, like if you meet all the requirements, if you're low health or whatever. I'm not a fan of them because they shut off your natural healing. I don't like that. As a spear player with vitality, I don't like that. I know you can just push square at any time and eat a Shenlong, but I don't like that about them. I'd rather use something else that doesn't do that. And lately we've gotten the Crystal Mag, we've gotten the Greed Mag, we've gotten the Reduxes. I feel like Dragon Arc Mags are better, although they'd make your SP like disappear. Like I've had the Sleet Void recipe forever, and I never really wanted to make it. You'd be very, very hard pressed to find someone actually use a Void Mag, and if they did, they would be using it correct. They would have it like triple Lion Skulled or something, and because I think they give you like innate attack, so they'd give you a shit ton of attack if you used it. The only thing about what I feel about it is like, if I'm wearing it and I go into Vanguard, well, my Vanguard also now can't heal. And because mags transfer to Vanguard, so then they get all these other negative stats applied to them. But I was always never an advocate for them. However, if you went into Oni mode and you wanted to use it where you can't heal anyway, then the negative is gone. And you could use it. But then you have to factor in the idea of, do I want to farm all the Purg mats for a mag or the weapon? Now I have, I believe, the Aosame mag, the Gakaho mag, and the Tensho mag. I have all of them. Yeah, I got that. That's right, you were part of the party, Scarez. This is how long it's been since I wanted that Sleet weapon. It's way back then. It was me, you, Eva, Mocha, and Lyra. I think that's who was running. I think that was our party. And we were running like double Kirin, first aid while the party fought. And then like, you know, thinking back, the party didn't have to fight. We could have just first aided. But I think we did that. We did the first aid strat. That was like the first time we really used it. Now you can walk in, just use whatever weapons you want because we already have that skill level. It's like, I find that funny. It's like, I saw many showcases from JP players and stuff. It was like it was like a 5-man party and they were destroying Tensho Purg with, they were just beating them up with weapons. They weren't using Vanguards. And everyone's like, oh my god, Oro, this is so impressive. I'm like, yeah, but they're using Aosames. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, they're using a weapon of equal tier. Like, it's only impressive when you're using weapons, like, you're trying to get the next tier weapon. But once you get that next tier of power, it's not impressive to, like, punch down. Like, you literally have the kryptonite to the enemy you're fighting. So I was like, this is good, but I mean, it makes sense. Like, if it couldn't do that, I'd be upset. You know what I mean? Like, nowadays, like, when they first came out, I got my ass clapped. It was done. We didn't have Redux defense. We didn't have any of that shit. And then now, it's not much that kills you unless it's Cursect off the top ropes coming at you like a hurricane. Boom. Like a shooting star. Jeez. I don't know when I started this stream, but like, holy shit. Yeah, I think out of all the Purg mags, the best Purg mags are Cursects, Dullahans, and any of the Dragonarchs if you want to use them. And then probably Lucifers. But I haven't given Lucifers much mind because I have Frozen Hells and stuff. Like, Lucifers just gives you backstrike, I think. I don't even think Abyss's mag is worth a damn. I don't think it is. Yeah, Lucifer is probably okay. Whatever the next Purg is for this enemy we're fighting now, maybe they'll have a really cool mag. Maybe it's a mag that gives you a shit ton of attack. You never know. Could be interesting. I'd be really excited to see whatever the next Purg's mag is going to be. That would be very exciting to me, whatever its mag is. But yeah, I have a Dullahan 135 mag. It's one of my favorite mags. I think this has 3 ornamentation slots, and I have, I believe, I think I have 1 roll of Avengers for critical, and then I have 2 rolls of cooldown because the mag doesn't have cooldown on it. So I have, I believe, 18 or I think I have 17 cooldown, which is really good because most mags have at least 15 or more, so it feels natural. So I have 17 cooldown on it, and then I believe like 12 or 16 critical, and it works really, really well for me. The Dullahan mag, I can't heal while I have it, but it's really, really nice. The Dullahan Purg mag is very, very good. Very good. And if you make it, you don't have to farm Shigarakis. You don't have to do none of that shit. And if you make the Cursect mag, you don't have to farm Cursect or Lunar Leaves at all. You just give it all the materials. Done! Haha! Ta-da-la! Like, yeah. Like, the argument for Void Mags probably could have been made 3 years ago, 4 years ago, but now that we have access to other Purgs, their mags are a bit better. And the going theory is that we're going to see Darkfin Purg, like all of the LTDs, like Infernal, or not Infernal, I'm thinking Soul Calibur, Ignis, Darkfin, Forest of Chaos, and Leviathan, they may all get their own Purg version. And when comes Purg, comes Magatamas, comes new Ogis, comes powered up weapons. So if they all come about, then, you know, Gargoyle Purgs will be a thing of the past. It's just, to me, it's really cool to have my favorite weapon from way back when. My favorite weapon used to be the Rhyme. I loved the Rhyme. I was like, oh my god, finally a rain weapon. I loved it. And now to finally have one that is, you know, cooler, it's really nice for me. Oh, Dragonarchs are way stronger than Gargoyles by far. By far. Great question. Dragonarch 130, like, are we talking 133s or 115s? No, Dragonarchs are better. I'll say that straight up. Compared to Gargoyles, Dragonarchs are better. They are better. Absolutely. I used a Gakaho forever. I used a Gakaho until it finally got power crept at 125 with the Hades Elios weapon. CO. I called you Sue earlier. I guess your last name's Sujin, but CO, I see that now. But yeah, I think Dragonarchs are better because Dragonarchs have less base attack than Gargoyles, but Dragonarchs have damage multipliers on them, or bonus damage on them. And it's pretty high. It's like 1.5 million bonus damage, which isn't really replicated that much anymore, which is like the same value that's on a Dullahan weapon. A 128 Dullahan. It's 1.5 mil. So, That's really good. And normally, before the Dragon Arc, like, they have different elements, right? Like, there's no Ice Dragon Arc, so the Rhyme had its use for a long time. Is it 2.5 mil? It might be. You might be right, yeah. I think it... I almost thought it was 2.5. I said 1.5 to be safe. But I think you're right. I think you're right. See, I can't pull it up in front of me now because I'm crashed. Like, I'm stuck on this screen. I cannot leave. But I think you're right, yeah. And I used the Gakuho forever. I would beat Mephi with Whirlwind Thrust 7 on a Gakuho all the time. And it's like the innate stats on a weapon transcend its base attack. So, like, it's just like IVs in Pokemon, basically. Like, once you have something with good IVs, like, you can level it up later. Like, it doesn't need to be strong right away, because it has the potential to get there. So, like, a Dragon Arc weapon, they just got better over time. Like, once we started seeing, like, stronger accessories, stronger ornamentations, stronger assist characters changed Dragon Arcs. Dragon Arcs were, like, so-so for a while. Like, they were good. Day 10 Ryu was amazing. But the other 115s, they were kind of fell off. But then once you had, once I had my Whirlwind Thrust 7, what do you call it? Whirlwind Thrust 7, Gakuho 115, and I had Satan buffing me and giving me 60% attack, it was insane damage. I was just beating the shit out of Mephistopheles. Like, before, it was like we didn't have that much attack. It just changed everything to get that bonus damage and to be hitting damage caps and just ripping them asunder. Like, it really, really changed. Like, they got better because of things added to the game. So that, like, now the Gargoyle one, the Voids, do have bonus damage now, but the ones from before don't. Like, they're still really powerful, but bonus damage just became the way. Like, there was a point in time if something didn't have a damage multiplier on it, it was pretty much ass. Like, it was just a stat stick. Unless it had something special associated with it, like the Aswad Barak weapon, the Evil Eye weapons. They had Aswad Barak and a big ton of backstrike. I don't think they had bonus damage, but they were still very, very formidable. They were still very good for their time. You mentioned I should reload, and I should, but as it's 1:45, and I've been talking for the past 2 or 3 hours, and I'm getting over a cold, once this stream crashes or I say it's done, I won't stream anymore because I'm tired. Do you believe people bought Mephi or Macro? Do I believe that? They could. Like, that's a PC thing, right? Like, so that's where, like, you'd make a little key command that repeat, like, at 5 seconds, input this. At 3 seconds, input down, right, A, or L1, and then, you know, like, it just, that's what a macro is, right? Like, just to confirm, that's when you just pre-program your buttons that are going to be pressed. I believe it. I mean, with things like KG, or because you have the instant charge Vanguard, right? So it'd be like load into dungeon, press T or whatever Vanguard button is. I don't know, Vanguard swap button. Do I think it should be allowed? I don't think it matters, to be honest. Like, it depends to at what point it can be executed. Okay? So that's where the line gets drawn. The multi-account usage? I don't think there's a problem with multi-account usage because it's whatever. But in terms of like macro, I like these questions though. I appreciate it. In terms of macros, it depends to how far they can be used, right? Like, if it's just Mephi, who cares? It's Mephi. Like, it's whatever. Like, what's someone gonna gain? Like, they're not gonna like change the market. Like they're not gonna change anything. Like the main reason why someone would farm Mephi is so that you get mags of temptation and you can break them down. And then when you break them down, you get a lot of rare materials. You can get like firewood. You can get drops needed to make the dark fins. No one's gonna buy 50. Well, they might. They might buy 50 striped bandanas if somebody had them, right? They might do that. But I can't see it because that's fucking expensive and it's not a paid farm. I can't see it. So if it's things like Mephi or if it's like purified oil, whatever, like go for it. But the thing is, like, Oni crashes, right? So if your game's just hitting buttons and Oni crashes, like, well, fuck, you might load into the different character and run into circles. Fuse Calamity Debris. I mean, so Fuse Calamity Debris, that's the newest drop that's needed for the new weapons, right? Like, it's not a new drop, but that's the one that's in Whirlwinds of Calamity, and there's, like, a really low chance to get it from rewards. So, if people are able to macro that dungeon with all the gargoyles rushing them down, right? So, you go into that dungeon, you got flies everywhere, you got dragons, you got all that stuff. Or gargoyles, you got flies, you got all that shit. So, it's a grunt for sure. So if you go into that dungeon, you gotta like dash forward, you gotta do all this stuff, fight all these guys, find all the guys. I miss them half the time. And there's 2 paths you gotta go up too, right? Like, right before you get to the last portal, there's like a forked path. You have to go up both sides. And then you have to get to the crystal and choose which one you want to fight. Either the electric one. Yeah, you have to do all 3 of it. So, like, I want to see the macro that can do it. Because I don't even know if I can do it, like, blindfolded or by memory. I mean, if I did it enough fucking times. But, like, it's doing a loop, right? It has to go around, attack. Like, I'd like to see... Yeah, and the dudes do go up. There's a lot of RNG. Like, if you can show me the macro that consistently does Whirlwinds of Calamity, and then it beats the dragon, and then it beats the gargoyle at the end? On its own? Because the thing about, like, botting Mephi is Mephi's a stationary enemy. He doesn't move. There's no variable. He's just there. You beat the shit out of him. It's the same number of attacks. You make sure your critical is either non-existent or abundantly existent, so you always hit the same number of attacks, or you double tap, whatever. Like, that's manageable. Like, you find me a macro that beats purple Mephi that's teleporting everywhere? Fuck. Let's go. But that's the thing. Like, I don't think technology's at that point to where the game's literally playing itself. Like, it's just a recording of buttons, right? The Abe event, grinding the new weapon, has made you despise the gargoyles flapping now? Yeah. So I'll give you a tip for that. I've seen it when we were running the Abe no Seimei event with the 3 gargoyles. I ran with a bunch of people, and they were using Yagyo Jubei, and they were using Shiro. So Shiro, and Zunko as well, actually. Like, fun little trivia thing. Zunko arrow, like the Oogie Zunko arrow, and actually using Zunko, if you have Zunko arrow, you can hit Mephistopheles when he's doing his, like, charging up sequence and his hands are out. Like, during his invulnerability stage, you can hit him with, like, a couple Zunko arrows because they're just special. They can just hit things during iframes. Like, it's just a thing. And I'm pretty sure Shiro can also do that. Like, Shiro just has some skills that just do that. Like, you can fight Purple Mephi or Mephi. I've seen this done. We ran Purple Mephi, someone brought Shiro. Shiro's able to, like, punch him and do weird shit before he's vulnerable to everyone else. So, there's some property in Shiro, Zunko Arrow, Zunko, and maybe Yagyo Jubei that allow them to attack during iframes of opponents. Like, it's just, they're on a different frame. Like, they're on a different layer. like the invulnerability layer, they can hit them during that. You know how sometimes we get hit during iframes? Yeah, well, some Vanguards can do it to them too. So, and I noticed that when we were fighting the 3 gargoyles in the Abe no Seimei dungeon, one of the gargoyles went up. I don't know, this was either lag, but I think I saw it twice. One of the gargoyles went up, and I think Yagyo Jubei's, like, instantaneous attack, the one that, like, homes in on the target and you slash, you time it right, I think they were able to hit it in the air, because I saw the fucker die in the air. And it was like, holy shit. So I think there's some Vanguards that have properties to hit during iframes. They just don't give a shit. Their attack hits. It doesn't matter. Maybe it was using the Z-axis. I don't know what. But it did it. So that's something else there. So in terms of macros and stuff, like... I don't know how devastating the repercussions of running a macro in Oni would be. Like, I don't know, like, how bad... I don't know what it would do to change anything. Right? Like... Now, you can hold down the, what is it, E, and it auto picks up, right? So you don't have to worry about anything. Right. Like, it's the only thing that makes sense is Mephi, right? That's the only thing that makes sense is Mephi, or if there was another stationary boss. Like, let's say you got one to go to Warabizuka, and it has to, and you tell it, oh, you have to click page 2, and you have to go in, and then you manage to get it to walk into the room, kill everything, pick everything up, leave dungeon, and then you time the load screen, like, fuck, and then it goes back in and it does this forever until it DCs. Like, it might pick up some 105 megs or materials for that, but beyond that, like, I can't figure out where it would be truly beneficial. Like, if you could find a macro that farms Shigaraki, and you can kill all those little ants and you don't DC in 5 runs, wow. But, like, I don't know, like, what drop is... Like, drops can't be stacked anymore. So the profit you're going to make is very small. Your last comment got cut off. Give me a second here. Look at it. Fuck. That's a real question, don't you think? Alright. First aid charging? I mean, that's just laziness. Okay, I don't know why it cut off Jesty's comment. I was trying to boot it up. So Sujin got cut off. Someone would probably have a bot do it. Have a bot run the macro. The best macro I've heard of was for first aid charging. I mean, it makes sense, but come on, guys. It's because you wrote dink. That's why it cut off your thing. Do I think the DCs in Onigiri are on purpose to make people not macro as much? No. Because depending on which server you play, that doesn't happen. Pressing L1 that times makes your fingers hurt? Just turn your controller around and press R1. Like, you've never first aid farmed upside down? Your finger got tired, so you did it upside down? Like... Like sometimes, well, maybe not turn it upside down, but sometimes I just hit L1 and L2 with my right hand for a little bit. Or I just take a break. But good points, though. But no, I don't think DCs are to stop macros because, like, the only hazardous... Now, this is the only hazardous macro which is found... Like, so I was thinking of macroing from the perspective of gaining something in the game, something that's very covetous, and trying to sell it to other players. Right? That would make sense. But actually, the worst macro, and I've seen this before, is you see this in tons of gacha games. Tons and tons of gacha games or online games. I used to see this in Duel Links, like any of these like phone mobile games where there's like a chat menu thing. Basically, the macro that you want avoided is the one that just goes into the town, Onigashima, the Rift, whatever, and it's going Control-C, Control-V, enter, Control-V, enter, Control-V, enter, like paste, enter, paste, enter, paste, enter, paste, enter. That is bad shit. That's a bad macro. I've reported those before, actually. When it's used in that capacity, I think it's bad because it affects other people other than the player. Because it's stuff like saying, like, go to xyz.com to buy discounted onigiri coins or whatever. You know, that stupid shit? Like, go here and buy cheap gems, like all those scams and stuff. Like, go to this website, put in the 3 numbers on the back of your credit card, and then, you know, you can buy discount gems. And they spam that shit over and over and over. That's a bad macro. That's just maliciousness, right? Like, I'm about banning malicious intent more so than the means in which they're done, right? Like, that's the real problem, is the malicious intent. Most of the time, someone's just trying to catch a break. But when it's the intent is to try to steal from people or to disrupt the general peace of fucking Onigashima. Like, I've blacklisted people just because they spam typed cry. Like, you know. But we did have a case of that where people were in Onigashima and they were just, like, copy-paste, like, they just kept spamming, basically, go to these websites. And I took a picture, I sent it to Cyberstep, and it went away. I literally I reported that, like, straight up. Because that's affecting me, that's affecting everyone, and that's affecting new players that are going to be like, oh my god, that's such a good idea. And then we lose players that could have been, like, your best friend you never knew. I hate that shit. But, yeah, in terms of macroing, like, I'd be more impressed to see someone macro a dungeon that's not Mephi. I'd be more impressed to watch it. Like, I like watching AI make pictures. I like watching, you know, like, the screensaver try to bounce into the corner. Like, I like watching computers try to do shit. But, yeah, when it's used for that stuff, whatever. But, like, I don't think it's going to be faster than a player doing it. It's really only used so that people can do stuff while they're sleeping. But, or while they're at work, you know? Like, realistically, what would a player use it for? Like a macro, right? Like, the intents you would use it for would be, like, you know, so example A, running Mephi. Example B, the macro logs into the game and puts the stall down. But, like, what if you crash, right? Like, I don't know how they could deal with that. Like, the crashing is the fucking problem. Right, like, crashing stops macros. It fucks them up. For sure. It's a good question. It's a really good point. Really good topic. It's not something we really deal with on PlayStation. There's someone who crashes all the bazaars on PC? Really? So, can you elaborate on that? So, what do you mean by that? Like, when they crash all the bazaars, does that mean, like, is that like people like overloading the server so that it has to restart? Or is that like just fuck shit up? It takes down all the bazaars in the area? Really? That's fucked up. Does it do anything else beyond that? Like, well, yeah, because the bazaar's there in a state of limbo, you know, so it doesn't do anything else. I think it's annoying, but personally, I wish Cyberstep would do that every 24 hours. Just someone who does it on purpose? I think that's very petty, and I don't know who crawled up their butt. I don't know. Wasn't the right person, I guess. But, like, personally, I wish that, like, every 24 hours, the bazaars would be cleaned up. Personally. Maybe even not, like, at least, like, twice a week or something. But, because we have tons of scammers on PlayStation, but, like, they're just childish at that point. All the Oro Nellies that use my likeness to sell stupid shit to people. You know, like, that's dumb. And not have to... Yeah, like, it'd be nice if it was just postings, for sure. Like, Onigiri Heroes would have been a lot... Like, the assets spent for Onigiri Heroes would have been better just to make a companion app for Onigiri, much like how Pokemon Go has Pokemon Home, and you do all the trading on Pokemon Home and not the game itself. And you could just, like, look at what people are trading and be like, oh, they're selling this or trading this? Okay, I will trade you that. So, like, oh yeah, they're everywhere. Wish they'd let us sell everything and set the price even one. Yeah, like, I'm a big free market kind of guy. Like, I like the idea of, hey, I want to give this to somebody, or hey, I want to, you know, just charge what I want for something. Like, because value is intrinsic, right? Like, it's subjective. So, like, if I look at a Redux, I know its minimum value is not 104 OC. I know a Redux is worth about $200 or 2,000 OC. But, like, there are some items, like Tea of Eternal Night sells for 150 minimum or some bullshit. I think it was 75, yeah, 150 minimum. Tea of Eternal Night is not worth 150. That's easy run. Abyss is easy nowadays, and we get a shit ton of it from events. Tea of Eternal Night is not worth $15. A Lunar Spirit Seal, maybe, but if you run enough Oni Palace, its value depreciates over time. So, Heroes was the phone game that shit itself with a shotgun in the head. I don't know what they could do with Bazaars and Heroes. I don't know. Heroes was the game where they put a bunch of good ideas, followed by a fucking horrible ideas, and the game shit itself and died. I don't know much about it, apart from the fact that you could use your Rozus to buy scraps, and that was amazing. Like, it was either that, or you could buy your Rozus with something else. I don't know. There was some bullshit you could do, like buying scraps with your Rozus. That was good shit. Yeah, Bazaars, like, They changed them. Like, the thing bazaars used to have, like, the golden days of bazaars was when we had item stacking. So, like, as long as you met the minimum price, you could sell as many as you want. So, like, if you, like, we used to have stone traders, right? So people that would run on the weekend, they'd farm Idama, they'd farm Infernal Stones, Ice Stones, whatever. And there used to be stalls that would sell you a stack, 99 Dark Stones, Light Stones, Infernal Stones, whatever, and they'd be there for 20 OC. That was great. That was good business. People made a killing off that. And now you can't, because the minimum price is like 1, and if you want to sell 99, it's literally $9. And you know what's not $9? 10 OC restore. Like, fuck. So, like, there's no understanding of its own market. Like, that's one of the big problems with Oni, with bazaars and stuff, is that, like, only certain things are worth actually selling or worth actually buying. Like, if somebody wants to buy, yeah, you could sell accessories. Yeah, they could trade accessories. They could do a bunch of weird stuff. Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, I wish we had item stacking back. I really do. I'd be buying some hidden helmets if I could, if that was back, but I don't want to pay $15 for a hidden helmet. I'd take my chances taking $15 worth of restores and getting a hidden helmet or two. I would sooner do that because I'm able to run that dungeon with relative ease. Probably still top 5 in the server for Hades Helios. But that's just an example. Is that why they just... What was your question? Is that why they implemented... They just implemented trading? So, that trading thing... We've never seen that on PlayStation. I've heard about it on PC and JP. And I don't know much about it. I heard it was Ryu-based trading or something or other. I don't know. I think the reason they did that was a trial because they knew we were dissatisfied with the current state of bazaars. Because we used to have bazaars, you could set any price you want, you could stack, you could, do whatever you wanted, Now, I know a lot of people are against the OC tax, right? So that Cyberstep takes 30% every time. I understand that so that there's not an infinite number of Ryu, it has to go away so that the market doesn't kill itself. That I understand. But, that's because I live in Canada and we get taxed out the ass. Can trade certain materials, but not all. Yeah. As long as you don't care about paid OC turning into bazaarable OC, most of the time, if somebody wants something and it's overpriced, let's say I had a good friend run the gala event or whatever, and it had, let's say, hidden helmets, right? Hidden helmets is a exchangeable reward. You can get it. And it's like, hey, Oro, do you want to get, 15 hidden helmets from me? Their min price is so-so. But I know that, I know the person. And they say, yeah, I just want 500 OC and I have these. I have 15 of them. So can we do the math and you buy all of them? And after that, I'll give you back the OC difference for what I think they should actually go for. And I'd be like, yeah, sure. If I knew the person, we do that all the time. Yeah, I'll give you this item and I'll just give you back the difference and we lose the tax. I'm still getting the item. He's still getting the OC. It's great. But I wouldn't do that with just about anybody because they'd be like, yeah, thanks for buying 15 hidden helmets. That's, $175. See you later. You ain't getting shit from me. That's how a scam starts. But when you know the person and I've seen givesies backsies all the time among friends. You buy for the higher price, then you buy like a friendship item off them for the difference. That happens all the time. But you shouldn't have to do that. If you could just set the price to what you want it to be, then that's fine. Now, with the concept of macros, if like you just had a whole bunch of alts or whatever, or characters running events, or, well, I mean, you could do that anyway. It doesn't fucking stop you. But like if you had someone infinitely running purified oil because it's like an instant farm, you know, walk in, ice punishment, pick it up, leave, whatever, you know what I mean? That could inflate the market. Yeah, exactly. Because Onigiri people, believe it or not, we're good people. We're not like those other RPGs where people are just assholes. We're for the most part, we're good people. We're playing a 10-year-old game. We're probably the best people you're ever going to meet, ever. For sure. Good to see you, Kira. Good to see you. Exactly. Yeah, and we have people that don't have Redux. Like, the Redux is a big problem. It is. The Redux is a big problem. Because, like, people that join the game late or just joined recently or whatever, they decide they want a Redux, they don't have the recipe, well, you have to buy it off somebody. You have to buy it off somebody or whatever. And sometimes you can be like, hey, I'll farm half of the things and I'll give them to you and we can make this work. It's like, okay, sure. Yeah, you farm the Infernal Marrows, I'll farm the other Marrows, whatever. The crash feature, yes. You're saying the Taiwanese and Japanese players are mean? Possibly. I'm not going to generalize. I mean, we play with some JP players, and a lot of them are pretty nice. Sometimes they ask us to carry them in dungeons. They're like, oh, can I join and just do nothing? I'm like, what? That's happened many times. I don't know how they're mean. Like, I know sometimes Japanese players have just a natural distaste for the Gaijin players, but, I mean, it is what it is. Like, both sides have to realize, I have nothing against them, but I say both sides just for the sake of it, but both sides have to realize that without each other, the game wouldn't be where it is today. That's a perfect way of saying it. It wouldn't be there. You know, it wouldn't be the same capacity. If it wasn't for the JP players, if it wasn't for the JP players, you know, passing on their information to the PC players, and the PC players passing on to the American players, and so on and so forth, and making the wiki and having videos and people actually understanding stuff, more people will quit without each other. And it's like this big slippery slope of the butterfly effect, right? Of what could have been, what wouldn't have been. And all the money that Japanese players tend to whale more on games than North Americans do, because it's just more in line with their culture. Like, they'll eat their rice and, you know, convenience store meals, like they'll tend to, from what I understand, they'll tend to spend less on, like, necessity, like neat life. Like, they'll spend less on food, less on extravagant stuff, whereas more in the West, we'll be like, yeah, I'm going to go out and spend, you know, $50 for an evening. We'll spend more on for gratuitous things. But in return, they'll spend more on the games they love, and we'll spend, you know, moderately less as a whole. But they'll spend more. So, like, that's why a lot of games do a lot better in JP or, you know, China or whatever, as opposed to they do in the West. It's only, like, in recent years that, I say rice, but I mean, you know what I mean, like, low-budget food. Like, they're not going out to eat the big meal. Like, they're going to, you know, they're going to min-max. They're min-maxers, okay? They're going to min-max. They're min-max their consumption towards pleasure versus efficiency. Let's just say, I actually don't, like, I'll eat, like, if it's like chicken fried rice and it's done right, good. But rice in general, I don't touch it. Because to me, I think rice is a filler food. Like, I think it's just carbs. It's just there. To me, it's a poor man's food. Like, I don't like to eat rice. I don't like to eat bread. Like, if I don't have to, I don't like to touch it at all. Like, if I'm having, like, honey garlic pork chops or something, yeah, it's okay if it sits on the rice. The honey garlic's going to make it really fucking good. But me, I will not go out and say, oh man, I want rice. Never. Same thing with bread. I never, like, oh man, I just want bread. No, doesn't happen. I've always been of the mind of, like, that's a filler food, that's a poor man's food. That's how I've been my entire life. I'm like, no, I don't want it. I want more steak. I want more. I don't really care for steak, but I want more pork chops. I don't want to eat the rice. I don't want to eat the filler food. I don't want to eat the starches. Just give me more chicken breast. Give me more pork chop. Give me more bacon. That's how I feel about food anyway. Like, I don't like eating, like, the extra shit. Like, I always ate my favorite thing last because that's the flavor I wanted to leave the table with. Like, I'll eat my meat last because that's what I want it to go with me. Like, potatoes, full of starch. We love mashed potatoes. Potatoes are good. Fries are good. They're great. They're awesome. But they're a filler food. It's a starch. It exists to fill your stomach up so you're not as hungry. You're not consuming as less exotic stuff. But in the 21st century, you know, we had fucking food everywhere. Like, you go to the grocery store, it's not some barren wasteland of like, oh my god, it's $50 for a molecule of protein. Like, no, it's fucking there. It's right there. It's pretty cheap. Like, you can go to like a fast food restaurant and get a burger for $5. Like, you know, sometimes I think it's cheaper to eat fast food than it is to eat just at home, like, than to cook stuff. Sometimes I feel like it's getting closer and closer to that reality, because when you have like the capitalistic urge to undercut your competitors so that people go to your restaurant, like, I end up eating more protein because of that. Like, in Canada, KFC is like the cheapest fast food place in the world. Like, not in the world, but in Canada. It's like, around here, it's the cheapest place. Today I went, I got 2-piece chicken with fries and popcorn chicken for like $5.49. I can't go to McDonald's and get a fucking Big Mac for $5.49. Like, it was insane. Like, I get these insane deals. Like, I go there a lot. People are like, why do you keep going to KFC? I'm like, it's chicken, and it's cheaper than everywhere else for food if you have a phone app. Like, but everything else is just going up and up and up, and inflation and prices. But then, if you know where to look, you get cheap stuff. $5 is like 2 full meals in Vietnam. Because a lunch for normal people. Yeah. Man, your guys' comments are getting bigger. They're not showing up on my page. $5 is like 2 full meals in Vietnam, because a lunch for normal people is around $2 to $3. You just got... What's up, Jesse? You just got the new Twin Sword Deluge Dance Sublime with SP tickets, but you hear it's bad? Well, what is it? What does it do? Can you tell me what it does? If I'll tell you right now, if it's worse, if that Sublime is worse than a regular ass skill, if it's worse than a regular Sublime, like, if it's worse than a regular Ogi, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if that's worse, what element is, if it's worse than, like, fucking, I don't know, there's only, like, oh, that'd be such a fun, like, if I had access, I wish there was a video for every Sublime that, like, showed what they did, because I would love to do a trivia video for, like, what is the most dog shit Sublime? Like, what are the worst Sublimes? Yeah, it's water, for sure. It's 6 hits? Oh, it's already better than, like, everything. What the fuck? Damn. 6 hits? Damn. Fuck. That's pretty good. That's pretty good right there. Holy shit. Fuck. 6? Woo. That's a bit rich for my blood. Fuck. 8 hits? No way. That's fine. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay, so, oh my god, I freaking super coughed. Yeah, Misty Massacre Sublime's super good. I liked Misty Massacre Sublime. But yeah, I got lucky with my Sublime, but you know, what do you guys think's the worst Sublime? And why is it already on Odachi? like, all right, let's play this game. What do you guys think is the worst Sublime? What is the worst Sublime you have ever seen? You have ever gotten? What is the worst Sublime? And we can't include buff Ogies or stupid shit like that. What do you guys think is the worst Sublime? In my mind, I know what is the worst Sublime. In my perspective. What do you guys think is the worst Sublime? You don't have to know its name. You could say, oh, it's the one that's rain and it does this, or the one that's fire and it does this. It's on this weapon. Spear Blast? Fuck. Oh, what? I love Static Axe Sublime. Oh my god. Did you ever block? Like, did you ever cancel that into something else? The attack speed's insane. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my god, I love that move. Azura's Thunder Sublime? Yeah. That's the one where it makes this slice thing that just hovers there for a little bit. I think, to me, yeah, Static Axe Sublime. It's like you hit like 6 times really fast with Static Axe. Yeah. If you ever attack cancel it, holy fuck, is it the best move ever? Oh my god, it's like boom, like it's like doing a lightning in Tekken. Like, fuck. Hey, spears are good. I like the new Spear Sublime. But I think, in my mind, when I think the worst Sublime, I think that one Water Sublime Odachi got like a year or 2 ago. Now, I like Spirit Blast for Spear. I like Spirit Blast Sublime. I have nothing wrong with that move. That move's awesome. Meteor Rain Shot Sublime. Fuck, that's a good one. That's a good one. That move's pretty fucking ass. It's like, it should be. Yeah, the big water ball. That thing's awful. I hate that. That, to me, every time my Sublime is not the big water ball, I'm happy. But that Odachi Sublime, I remember I saw a video of Kurenai using it. God bless that Kurenai gets stuff and demos it. But that big water thing, whatever it's called, I don't know. But that thing's ass. Like ass. Like ass. Like, you could say the worst Sublimes are probably the ones in the first batch because they're weaker. Like, no one mentioned... It's not... I don't know if it's Sword of Avidya, but it was some water sword thing. I don't know what it... No, Sword of Avidya was pretty good. Sword of Avidya was a ranged... I think it's a 2-hit attack, but it actually has range. It's a penetrating fire blast attack. So it kind of gets off the hook. Like, no one mentioned Restriction Sublime. Like, Restriction Sublime, as a bow move... Like, if you look at Restriction Sublime as a move in general, it's like, oh, 2 hits a damage cap, whatever. But Restriction Sublime also hits in the air. Restriction Sublime is one of the only bow moves that bores through and penetrates enemies. And it's, like, instantaneous. Like, Restriction Sublime, while it is proportionately weak or comparatively weak to other things, it's still very useful. But that water thing, holy fuck. It doesn't hit in the air. It just fucking makes a puddle, hits twice. Ugh, hate that move. Blistering Ice Wave for Staff. Yeah, you charge it up a little bit and it comes down with like 4 cones. It should have been that, but like you did it 3 times. Like, it should have just been like, you look at Blistering Ice Wave Sublime and then you just look at like Harvester Sublime, and it's like, oh yeah, that's it, baby. Don't stop. Harvester Sublime is a goat move. Boom, 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 boom. 10 hits, a mountain, beautiful bliss. Boom, 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 boom. That's some good shit right there. Like, okay, we'll play that game. So what do you think is each class's worst sublime that you're familiar with, right? So, like, we have sword, odachi, axe, twin, bow, spear, wand, and staff. What do you think is the worst sublime for each class that you've seen? Now, it might not be the worst, but the ones that you've seen. Not everyone's seen every sublime. I have that on a staff, actually. For anyone coming to the stream, I'm stuck on this page. If I move from it, I'll crash. Bow is probably meteor range shot. Yeah, probably sure. Yeah. Harvester Sublime is like 10 hits. It's just 10 hits at higher skill points. Just boom, done. 10 hits. It's beautiful. And right now, with Sleet being around, you can get the skill card for Harvester 7 and Harvester 6. Like, they're there. You can get them from the exchange shop. Go get them. They're there. Go get them. They're not readily available skill cards unless you run skill card dungeon, but still, they're really good to get. So the question is, what do you guys think is the worst sublime for each class? Like, what do you think each class's worst sublime is? So Rocky said meteor range shot for bow. I think that's pretty true. Like, they have Exorcist Arrow Sublime, they have the Icy Kick, they have the big bubble water. I like Water Cannon Sublime. I like that one a lot. Their new one, Blaze Sanction's fucking awesome. I think it's pretty... I think Spears is pretty clear that it's the third Fire Sublime we got. I know when I looked at that, I said, I don't want any... Ooh, fuck. I don't mind Verdant Storm Sublime, actually. Like, Verdant Storm, the regular Oogie or the Sublime? Like, it wasn't that bad. You got 3 other ones? Dang. What'd you get? It's not bad. Like, I had Verdant Storm Sublime on Sword. I'm not Sword. I thought it was okay. But, you know. But yeah, in today's age, Verdant Storm, Blistering Ice Wave aren't what they were back in the day. Damage cap don't cut it no more. There was a guy, he got all 8 of them in $100. You got Sword, Wand, and Twin? Oh, okay. Dang. At least you didn't get duplicate. I hate when you get duplicates of something you don't want. That's the worst. So, oh yeah. I got my Sublime in 1 5-pull. 4 balls. I got my Sublime. I was really lucky for it. It was amazing. It was awesome. Happened yesterday. I had 300 paid OC on the account. I'm like, all right, let's do one. Holy fuck, let's go. That was insane. So yeah, worst sublimes. I think Odachi is the big water thing. I think Bow, you guys are right with Meteor Rain Shot. Spear. The one sublime I never really went after for Spear was Earth Upending Spear. I think it's not that great. I prefer... yeah, I would, because I think Boulder Dash Sublime is just fucking better. I think Gakaho Sublime is just fucking better. Or Gakaho 8, or whatever it's called, 7. I think it's better. I was going to say the Fire one, the third Fire Sublime that Spear got, I don't care for it, because Revolving Blast was better, and Lance of Flame Sublime was way better. But that Sublime, even though there's already like 3 Fire Sublimes that are better than the other one, I think that Sublime's still better than Earth Upending Spear. Like, I do not like Earth Upending Spear. So I will put Earth Upending Spear as the worst Spear Sublime. Okay. Staff could be any fucking one of them. It probably could be any one of them. But this is the question. We're 10 years in. Where is Meditation Sublime? Where is Strike Boost Sublime? Where's Resurrection Sublime? Where are the skills that matter? Where's Rapid Storm Sublime? Where's Magic Shield Sublime? Where are all the skills that truly matter? Oh yeah, they're really, really good. You really like the new Sublime for staff? I don't know what it is. Is it a big Thunderball or something? Exactly. Extend Heal Sublime. That's the other one. Sanctuary Sublime. There you're talking. That's right. Like, Sanctuary Sublime. Oh, Horsepower Sublime? That's rated M. Rated A for adults. It's actually just giant Satan sitting on you. Like true form Satan just sitting on you. Just crushes your fucking skull. You get the x-ray and everything. Death by snoo. Just done. It's Lucifer sitting on you. Cyberstep, I hope you're listening. Next April Fool's Day, give us Lucifer sitting on our heads. Do it. Do it. Do it now. Get working on that. Delay the purg for another month. Get on it. Do that now. True horsepower. Let's go. Do it. Now, I don't know much about Wand, so I don't know what their worst Sublime is. I know their Kamitachi Sublime's really fucking good. I like that one. They have like Aqua... Their Aqua Geyser Sublime's really nice too. Wand is like decent Sublimes. I don't think Wand is really bad Sublimes. Odachi... it's that water thing. Sword's worst Sublime. What do you guys think Sword's worst Sublime is? Oh, Red Fang has to be the fucking worst. Oh my god, yeah. That, it has to be. Yeah, the Blue Fang Blade shit? That has to be the worst. You're right. That has to be the worst Twin Sword one. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Good call. Is Sword's worst Sublime like the one that makes ice fall from the air? I feel like that one's one of the worst for Sword. I feel like that's the worst one. Where the air, like a bunch of snow comes down. Abyssal Embrace Sublime for Sword. Holy fuck. Are they really Sublimes? Oh my god, they're universal. I didn't even think about them. Fuck. I completely forgot about Abyssal Embraces. Isn't that the same as Spears? Ice Wall is pretty bad for Sword. Ice Wall? Because you have to get hit? It's a counter? They have a counter Sublime? I mean, Onigiri doesn't really have counters, and counters should be like a spear thing. I guess? Like, if it did like 100 million, it'd be good, but I don't think it does. Okay, sure. It shoots out like the slicing slugger thing. Oh god. And you take the damage? Oh fuck yeah, that's now the worst Sublime. I'd rather use the Odachi thing that hits twice. Fuck yeah. Alright. Poor Sword. Damn. Damn, Sword. Sword not eating good. Sword eating shit. Damn. Rip Sword players. Yeah. Most of the Abyssal Embrace Oogis aren't that good. Like, some of them are 5 hits, but the problem with the Abyssal Embrace Oogis is that we have Dullahan Scream and Abyssal Embrace or whatever the fuck. The ones from Purg, which just make everything else obsolete in terms of darkness. I like Shoal Slash Sublime. I think that's a cool move. Okay, so we've seen Sword, we've seen Odachi, Axe. Axe has a lot of dog shit Sublimes. You were saying Ozyrus Thunder. There's like Splasher. I think they only hits 3 times. I do not like Tornado Drop Sublime. I think Tornado Drop Sublime is really fucking bad. I think Axe just got shit on. After Axe dominated the game with Double Edge Cut for like years, or like a year, they just shit on Axe forever. Like, until they release, like, some bangers, like Harvester and some other stuff. And Javier Blaze, holy fuck. Javier Blaze has to be one of the best Sublimes ever made, period. Javier Sublime has to be one of the best Sublimes ever. Ever. Has to be one of the best. And Axe and Spear got that one, baby. Absolutely. Yeah, Meteor Rain Shot must be Bo's worst one. Staff, I don't even know. Every time they try to make Staff DPS, it's the worst one. The fact that Staff got Rolling Thunder Sublime still makes me cry to this day. Because I wanted it, and then we got it, and I was okay with it, but, like, I was so sad. I was so sad. I love Chase Blister Sublime. To me, Staff Sublime, best Staff Sublime, Chase Blister Sublime. I love that thing. That thing's so cool. It's so good. I wish I had Chase Blister Sublime on Spear. Oh my god. Just throw that bubble out, it hits 20 times. Hell yeah. Poo, 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 poo. I love that thing. I would experience Dungeon with Chase Blister Sublime. It has homing, hits 20 times. Oh, so good. I love that move. Definitely one of the best. What's left? There's Odachi. We did Odachi. Axe. We kind of said Axe. Exactly. That's what we really need. Meditation Sublime, Strike Boost, Magic Shield, Invigorate. Well, I guess we don't need Invigorate Sublime. Imagine Invigorate Sublime. You pick one lucky guy, just fucking 200. Boom! Like, fuck Steel Attack Sublime. Now you're thinking. Now you're really thinking. Rank 8 Steel Attack, 200 Skill Force. Hell yeah. Or 20,000, sure. One hit, if you kill them, they just double drop. The thing is, they've had to nerf, or they not had to, but they nerfed Spear Sublimes. Like, to put that in fucking perspective, in a gacha game, they nerfed Tidal Wave, they nerfed Spirit Blast Sublime. Like, Spear used to have the best Sublimes of all time. Oh, fuck yeah, those were the days. Those were good days. Then they started banning people. I forget about it at times. Okay, so then inverse. How about they make the skill force so low that still 400% of kill? Yeah, I mean, they could. Like, literally, Steel Attack Sublime just has to be one hit for damage cap. That's it. Like, if they, literally, that would be so good. If you could get Steel Attack to, fuck. Oh, man. You mentioning Steel Attack is going to make me go play the event. Because that's the best use of these new weapons we just got. That's it. That is the best use of the new weapons we just got. And I never thought of it. These new weapons that have a shit ton of attack. Like, the new weapons, not just the chest. No. That's, you're getting distracted. We're going to the full body, the full hourglass, not just the chest. These new weapons that they have, the ones that, if you have, like, the right ornamentations, you can have, like, 100k attack, etc., etc. The twin swords, steel attack on that weapon, 1 million mag to get the fucking skill force. Them weapons would be the strongest steel attackers in the entire game. These weapons don't have element. So what other skills are you putting on them? Lunge step? Simple. Like super, you run like triple steel attack on that thing. Boom, boom, Double Thunder Beast, triple steel attack. Done, 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 done. Easy. Easy. Best steel attack twin swords in the entire game. Done. You have a Purg weapon for steel attack and still only does like 100k? Damn. But still. What Purg weapon? If it ain't a Dullahan, you ain't trying. If it ain't a Dullahan. Shit. Now that's a fucking theory on top of that. So let's say you have a damage multiplier weapon, or a weapon that deals bonus damage. Right? So let's say you have a bonus damage weapon. Let's say you have the Dullahan 133 and you use steel attack on it. And is the bonus damage attached to the Dullahan 133, is the bonus damage considered the steel attack? Or is the bonus damage? Because it's not like other games where it's an additional damage value of like darkness damage being added. It's not like that in Onigiri. Onigiri, it affects the attack that hits. So now it might be easier just to do a regular Dullahan, like a 128, right? Like, makes sense to me. Like, make a regular 128, right? Because it still has a 1.5 million bonus damage, right? But the 133 is a big ass fucking grind just to get, potentially, 6 million on a steel. Well, hold the fuck up. That's a good idea. Because if you had that and you landed the bonus damage, you could, you'd be laughing in Yakumo Temple, using it for the things we actually farm stuff for. You also have to evaluate if it's, if it's just, is it more drop boost than, Genbu, if you have her, with the swimsuit, right? Because, cost management here. What's an easier thing to do? Or is surfing bailout, better? You got to run those costs. But still, it's a very interesting idea. If the bonus damage from a Dullahan affects the steel attack, then it might be really fucking good. Because I'm stuck here and I'm not crashing and we're just talking, you guys are going to get all the Aurogiri secrets brought front and forward and foremost to you guys, because we're going to talk and think about it, and you're going to get me thinking. When I get thinking, we get fucking results. Last time someone asked me a question, we realized we could put lion skull on a sparrow, and we never fucking thought of it, and it fucking changed our lives. We're like, wait. It's Purity 1? Yeah. Huh? What? Lion skull sparrow? Excuse me? I can have a 10 crit sparrow with attack on it? Yes? Oh shit, okay, that's way better than fucking Fighting Terror. We had gotten so used to Sparrow only doing Heavenly Shield, Confining Terror, but never Fated Contractor, that we never really thought, oh yeah, you can put Lion Skull on a Sparrow. We're like, oh shit, wait, yeah, we can. Shit, yeah. It's just something we never thought of. Most people are using lychees for the triple slot, but it takes up a lot of chakra, and we're like, well, couldn't you just do 2 slots on a Sparrow, 4 chakra? Same thing you did for a crit Sparrow before, but now you're getting attack percent, you're getting 2 elements or 4 elements, you're getting dexterity, critical, etc., etc. And we're like, well, just put it on a Sparrow. It's it changes everything. We were talking about the Rosso last time, we're talking about the Mekon Meg. It kind of changes things, because you couldn't really do Fated on those things, and it was kind of limited to what we put, but we're like, wait, yeah, you could do Lion Skull or Dharmic Water Lily, or not Dharmic Water Lily, but, you know, any of the attack percent ones on that mag. And it'd be like, oh shit, yeah, I should get a Lion Skull Sparrow. That sounds fucking great. Like, it sounds like a really good idea. Oh, I gotta blow my nose here. The double skull Rosso, yeah, that extra 1 chakra for sure. Yeah, so like, there's lots of stuff we just don't think about, but it's available to us for sure. Like, I'm a big fan of I don't know if it is Ring of Fate, but the cooldown ornamentation. Like, I like the cooldown ornamentation on Senryu. I think a triple cooldown Senryu would fucking enable you to use anything. I think it'd be amazing. Like, I haven't made it yet, but I really want one. But at the same time, yeah, you could make a double. You could make a 20 cooldown Sparrow. Go for it. If you wanted to just have like 20 cooldown on a mag and just wear whatever you want, like, go for it. You give up a mag slot, but it lets you have 3 really good slots, or stuff that doesn't really have cooldown or whatever. Like, there's lots of options. Okay, my throat is beginning to fail me. It's filling up with gunk and needs to stop talking and rambling, because it's probably been a long stream. I don't know how long this has been. 2 hours. 2 hours for me is a lot of talking, but it's more than that, because I've tried to make the weapon like 5 times before. You just realize Axe is the only weapon you don't have to worry about cooldown if you have the Akechi. Yeah, isn't the Akechi like 15 accessory or 15 cooldown? It gets really fucking good. Absolutely, Akechi accessories are really good. I don't know if I got them or not. I know I have a maxed out Akechi now. I haven't built her yet, but I did get that this year. This year, my only progress has been maxed out Akechi, got 1 Seimei, got 1 Pirate Girl, got my Sublime. Got a new Sublime, made a Sleet Void with Vertex on it. I ended up with Vertex, double Ice Dragon Spiral 5, and then Icicle Punishment 6, and the buff. So I think it's pretty cool. I have a Vertex weapon, something different. I couldn't get Ice Dragon Spiral 7, so fate must have been pointing me in that direction. What's a Sleet Void? It's a 133 Sleet Purg weapon. Sleet Void. Like, the one... I don't know if you're trolling me or not, but the 133 gargoyle weapons are called Voids. Abyss Void when? Never. Now, apparently someone made it today. While I was farming skill levels. Apparently someone made it. Like another nothingness was made, and I mean, congratulations, but at the same time, like, I don't know what you're gonna do with that. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, if you have an Abyss Void, or a nothingness, but you don't have a Dullahan, like, there's a problem. But if you have the Dullahan, then great. But I mean, like, you know, we got a player with 2 nothingnesses. Like, and they're all JP players. Like, I think they're the first North American with one, but most people with nothingnesses are JP players. Yeah. Oh yeah, There's a JP player with the staff and the sword, I think. One time I was running somewhere. I was like running with my Dullahan weapon, and somebody was running. Like, we were both going to the Dullahan dungeon, but I already had my Dullahan weapon. I was trying to find more stuff, and we were both running in the same pace, me and this JP guy. And then he takes out his nothingness sword, I noticed by the aura, and he proceeded to triple lunge past me. I'm like, oh, you made a nothingness sword and put triple lunge step on it. Okay, carry on. Like, hat off for that, man. Like, fuck. Yeah. You never see them use it in battle, though. They just have it. Like, my flex weapon is my revolt staff, but I actually use that, so that's where my buff is for my revolt. So I can have double DPS on it. Which is, the new Sublime is so good. Lunge step fun. Exactly, it is. Lunge step is fun, Melody. It absolutely is. I had lunge step on my Sleet Void for 5 minutes, and I lost it. I love lunge step on spear. Like, if I ever had a spear with triple lunge step, where it's just hop, 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 hop step, that's the best. Like, they never see me coming. I'm just like, hop, hop, hop. Cool down, hop, 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 hop. Hop, 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 hop. It's actually, like, the most base lunge step of all. I wish spear had lunge step sublime. I remember that, the snail's pace. Yeah. I wish spear had lunge step sublime, where it's literally, you just like lunge forward and it goes a great distance, and then it just does like a million slashes behind you, like the anime slash attack thing. I wish that was there, like the Nitorio EI, and then it just like slashes the shit out of them. Like, I like that stuff. I wish spear would just hop past all the enemies and then just like they just get slashed like 50 times, like Argenti. Literally, if you play Star Rail, Argenti's level 2 super, where he slashes and then he brings his spear down and then they all get like cut up, like ah. Yeah, that's her fucking name. I couldn't remember her name yesterday. Yorimitsu. That's who that is. Yorimitsu has it, and Kodoro, not Fuma Kodoro. No. Yorimitsu, and yeah, the Cursect is that too. Yeah. I want that for spear, but you know, a different element for sure. I want that for. I do like Cursect Twist or something. Cursect, fuck. I didn't get a second copy of that. It bugs me. Cursect Sprint. That's it. I should have got another one. I only have one that's on my nadir, apparently. I just noticed that today. I didn't know where it was. It's on my nadir. Fuck. Yeah, Yorimitsu and Sasaki Kojiro has a move just like it, too. They're my favorite moves. I love those moves. Like, I wish Spear would have one that's like... Well, it could be 100% slice. I don't care. But... I'd rather it be like Holy or something, like Holy Empty Sky Slash of Mine, like that'd be so cool. Is the Cursec 128 worth for a wind weapon? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, go for it. Like, is the Gakuho 133 better? Probably, but if you don't have that, and, I mean, the thing is, I'll say go for it, because the Cursect 133 is, the Cursect, you need to make the 128 to make the 133, so go for it. You're going to need to make it either way, right? Like, in the long scheme of things, like, go for it, you know? It's like people say, oh, should I make a Dullahan 128? I'm like, yeah, you should, because you're going to need it to make your 133. Like, makes sense to me, right? Yeah. I haven't even made my base Cursect weapon. I'm so behind, like, because I just do other things or work overtime a lot, but I haven't made the new weapon that's out right now. I need to get it for Steel Attack, apparently. Or I haven't made that. I haven't made the Meditation weapon. I haven't made the Crystal Mag, which I farmed. I haven't made the Greed Mag, and I think that's it. I think I'm 4 things behind. So Greed Mag, Meditation, this new thing, and that other thing I said. Cursect. I haven't made any of those yet. I'm behind on those. And I need to make a 4th Redux for Lion Skull. Yeah. I hear people praise it to no end. Oh, and the new mags from the same event. I farmed the dark recipe, and I believe I have 2/3 of the rain one. But I'm behind on that. I am. So yeah, so I am, you guys have been a great audience. It's been great talking to you guys. Great questions. I loved it all. Yeah, always feel free to ask questions in streams because I appreciate that. It really gives us a good think tank. But I am going to get on out of here. I'm going to go have me a quick little snacky snack. I'm going to have me some water, and then I got to finish my dailies in Oni and check on my energy and stuff in other games. I also bought a new game this week. I've been wanting this game for a while, but it never went on sale. It went on sale like 30% off, and I bought it today on my Switch, and I want to play it this week. It's called Monu. That's its abbreviation, but it's like the longest video game name ever. It's like, we're going to go fight the Demon King, or we're going to go get stronger, or maybe we won't, or something like that. Like this big light novel ass name. But it's like this like dungeon crawler RPG game where you make all your characters and you just go, and it looks really fucking fun. And I've been wanting to play this game for a while, and I finally just got it, so I want to try and boot it up like this week if I can. So I'm really excited to play that. I like stuff like that. And I got it on the Switch because that means I can take it with me. Always play your turn-based RPGs on the Switch because they don't require action. You can play it on a small screen like a Game Boy. It's fun. And hopefully Switch 2 comes out and makes everything better. Because apparently Switch 2 is supposed to be like just fucking better, but backwards compatible. So like what the PS5 did to the PS4. So that'd be fucking awesome. Anyway, I'm going to see you guys later. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for being a concurrent audience. I saw 15, 17 people all night. It was really good to see you guys. Thanks for bearing with me with all the crashes, trying to smelt and stuff. I'm really happy with how the Sleet turned out, actually. I like the idea of Vertex double Ice Dragon. It's something new. I like that. It has a use. So I'll try to get some use out of it, have some fun with it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking, commenting, all that good stuff. You guys are great, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for checking me out. And keep on grinding. Good luck to you guys. Hope you guys get your sublimes and shit. And don't roll 16 banner sublimes. Don't roll 16 unit sublimes. Skip those. Send a fucking message.